Hey ratbags, it's Jade, back again with another LEGO Fortnite guide. Today it's the complete guide to the Frostlands. Going to show you everything you need to know about exploring, what you'll need to get Frostpine, how or where to find iron, as well as sapphire and a lot more. So make sure you subscribe to go and check out the rest of my Fortnite LEGO guides, or even LEGO Fortnite guides, and let's go. Just like the desert, there's a couple ways that you need to manage your temperature. You can eat food or you can have some charms equipped, or maybe even both. Now the charms are not necessarily easy to craft. Unlike the fire resistant ones, they were relatively simple with the beginner gear. You are obviously going to have to go extensively through the desert caves to get the bright core, the cut rubies, and obviously lots of wool from sheep. The blast core is also in them desert caves, but it only drops from the blast rollers that you find in only them caves. The other options are peppers and burgers. Peppers will last 2 minutes and will give you some protection against the cold. The burgers give you 10 minutes protection against the cold and obviously heal you and give you much more food. You will need obviously flour to make the bread, so that means growing wheat, meat and peppers to make it. It's very, very cold no matter where you are in the Frostlands, but the caves particularly are really cold, so you are probably going to need a combination of both. Also a good idea to have 2 other pieces of equipment with you if you're going to be fully exploring all of the snow area. The gliders maybe not as essential, but absolutely I would try and get hold of the grappler. You need to have made copper bars, picked up some blast powder and coal to make it, but it's essential for getting up to the highest peaks of the mountain areas to go and get one of the resources, Malachite. And obviously copper you get from the desert caves. The glider is just an added bonus to help you land back off the mountains. You need some flex wood, wool fabric and silk fabric, which you can make from your loom once you've upgraded your village enough. Also advise that you've got the best weapons you can. Hopefully you've unlocked the ability to craft either rare or at least uncommon shield and a crossbow, and certainly definitely some better weapons and healing stuff like juices. And of course, yes, an epic pickaxe and an epic axe. The epic pickaxe you're going to need 8 obsidian slabs, obviously you get the obsidian from the desert caves, and 5 frostpine rods. So obviously the frostpine you'll get from exploring the very outer edges, the pine forest areas before you get into the deeper cold. To chop them trees down though, you are going to need that epic axe, and for that you're going to need 3 copper bars and 3 knotroot rods. There's 3 basic mini biomes within the Frostlands. You've got the pine forest area, so the idea is go and grab enough of the frostpine wood to come back to base, make the pickaxe, and then you'll be making your second trip to go ahead and start exploring more of the Frostlands. So this is the least cold place of the map, or it should be anyway. When you get into the higher mountains it'll be very cold, and then the caves are going to be the absolute coldest. You'll find plenty of vines as well as sheep, and the sheep have a chance of dropping heavy wool when you go ahead and pet them, so make sure you pet every sheep that you can. Heavy wool's got a chance dropping from any sheep, not just the snow ones, but it is very rare. Instead you'll probably find it more by looting some of the outposts that you come across, ruins and the bandit camps. You'll also come across obviously ice rollers as well, so these guys again will give you ice shells, and there's plenty of frozen spiders and frozen scorpions that you'll come across in the actual caves. You've got more cows as well if you want to pick up some quick milk, and lots of bandit outposts. These guys will be a lot more tougher, and ice wolves as well, or frost wolves. As you would expect, these drop their own special claw, the Arctic claw. Now I didn't manage to come across any, but you will find some of the big giant lizards. There is an ice variant or frost variant as well, so expect it to be pretty tough if you run into him. So using your grapple hook, this is how you're going to get up these steep cliffs rather than having to build a huge amount of staircases. Really fun to use, and like I said, if you use it in combination with the glider, it can help a lot. On the sides here, you won't often find much. There's nothing really that different here in terms of resources from down below. Maybe a few more snowberries, which you can obviously also find in this biome, but are pretty useless here. But scattered in and around the very plateau, the top of the mountains, you will find these areas where malachite is. It's this green kind of gem, and again, you're going to need the epic pickaxe to go ahead and break it. I think this is mostly used for charms and some of the essence table stuff later on too. So definitely grab a bigger load of it for sure, but as you can see, yeah, it doesn't work with any other kind of pickaxe. It has to be epic. Then it's into the caves themselves, and this is where we're going to be picking up sapphires and tons of iron. So I can't stress enough, this is the last part of the map in terms of, at the moment, danger. So it's going to be extremely hard. You want to make sure you've got your burgers and you're getting that 10 minutes of cooldown. Also eating other foods that will give you extra life, as some of the enemies in here can absolutely demolish you. They can take 6 hearts away from just one hit, which I'll explain in a while. But first off, here's what the iron looks like. You see here again, all needing that epic gear, and you should be able to pick it up, and this is going to help you obviously craft even more advanced stuff. And here's where the danger lies. These guys, these are cursed wolves, and they will drop cursed bones. If they manage to hit you, then they can absolutely take away 6 of your hearts in one bite. You need the cursed bone for making some of the more advanced charms as well, like charms of resilience, and yeah, that's pretty much the main use for it. More skeletons in here as well, some with swords, others with dynamite, again, which can be pretty deadly, and again, more scorpions that will explode when you've actually defeated them, so always jump out the way so you don't get covered in whatever it is. You will find small amounts of wood and of course lots of granite, but here's what you're really after, you need tons of sapphire. Considering this is end of game activities, I was a bit disappointed in a lot of the chest loot. Just really didn't have a ton of materials that I thought was necessary, but I still carried on getting as much of the sapphire as possible. Once you've got 4, it should unlock the recipe for the cut sapphire. You can see I also got lots of slurp mushrooms here as well, if in case you're desperate. And yeah, just taking these guys on, make sure you bring a follower, because then you can stun lock an enemy if you're both hitting at the same time. Otherwise you are going to find this more difficult. One thing to note as well is probably using height. If you've got lots of arrows or lots of dynamite, making sure you're higher than some of the enemies and scouting out properly, putting your torch maybe in your offhand to light the way, but that would then mean you don't have much of a defense on your shield. These caves are huge. I know it's random, some can be really short, but these are massive. I found I got lost a couple of times. I didn't think I even found the other exit. I ended up just doing a big circle back on myself. You've got more of the ice rollers, the frost rollers, and that is pretty much the frost caves gone over. So as I said, a lot of them resources are used to make charms, like the regeneration charm. You can see it needs the cursed bones and the cut sapphire. You can craft good luck charms, which help when digging to get more resources. Obviously needing rough sapphire, rough rubies, rough amber for that one, as well as heavy wool. Once you've made some malachite slabs, it should maybe unlock the hearty totem. You can see that it needs arctic claws and the heavy wool as well. And last but not least, if you're building a village in the snow biome, well, obviously that's how you unlock all the Shogun build pieces. I've already done a video on that, so go and check it out to see how you can get all the different build parts by building in each of the biomes. A lot of the end game unlocks that you need to upgrade the village do rely on a lot of the materials that I've just gone over, like the malachite and the iron. In fact, no matter where you build, a lot of the last levels for upgrading your village require their materials, so that's again another big reason why you need them. And there you go, it's going to be very dangerous in these areas. You're going to have to absolutely be more careful than any of the other previous zones you've gone in. Let me know how you're getting on. How is progression going for you? Where have you built? What are you unlocking? And is there any more help you need with things? Go and check out the rest of my videos and make sure you're subscribed. And I'll see you for more LEGO Fortnite guides very soon. Bye bye.